guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today I have my main man Bag on the line for the very first time on voice. He is a pro player in the Team Liquid Academy. He is a top ladder player. As a matter of fact, he has his personal best is 6,854 trophies. What a ladder stud he is. He's got 700,000 challenge cards won. He's been around since beta. He's turning 16 next year. Might participate in CRL in 2019. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, he's known as the biggest tilter in the game, and he's live with us today, spotlighting some giant decks. Bag, welcome to the channel, man.
Thank you, Ash. Means a lot. Today, guys, we are going to bring you 4 really good giant decks, in my opinion, in this meta. 2 of them have lasted for a very long time. One was new last season, and one is just brand new with that nice buffed cannon card. So if we want to, we can hop right into a match. With the 3.1 giant triple spell cycle deck, in my opinion, is been around for about a year, and I think it's going to be really solid in this meta and more metas to come. So let me switch now.
Yeah, sure. Hop into a match. And by the way, guys, we're going to do all live ladder matches today. A lot of you guys love the format when I did this with Mini Minter. So these are the 4 decks that we're going to be showing you guys today. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're in a match?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, sounds good. So tell us a little bit about this deck while you're searching for a match, the 3.1. Like, what are you trying to do with this deck? It seems it's the fastest deck that we have so far, or in this video.
It's the fastest giant deck I really think in the past year, and it's actually like viable in ladder and just in general. I saw Boofmac getting his personal account to 6,800 with a lot of giant decks, but this is the one he was able to push up out of Death Valley the best with. This deck is very solid, and you can really win any matchup right here. We're going to get a Musketeer on that balloon. He's going to miner it, so we're going to block that with the mini P.E.K.K.A. He spent a lot of Elixir with that Zap, so we're going to get a counter push, let that play out. He's going to have to spend more Elixir to defend the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Musketeer, and we can get a giant in the back when we hit about 8. We're going to let that go. Mega Minion get some hits, and we'll log that to try to kill that Valkyrie. Musketeer should get hit once, and yep, it's going to get 2 shots.
All that, and I feel like you have a huge Elixir lead now, too.
Yeah, so we took a little bit of damage, but we're chilling. Also, when we're defending the balloon, guys, now the Fireball can actually knock back that balloon. So it's Fireball will actually completely counter a balloon besides the death damage, and it's a +1 Elixir trade. You do take some damage, but you get their damage dealer out of cycle, and you get up a little bit of Elixir. So he's going to play his other Executioner. I'm not going to play all my units together because he probably has a Tornado.
Yeah.
So we are going to Fireball the Executioner forward to try to get hit by that Musketeer.
Ooh, nice.
And that Ice Spirit's going to get killed right there. I'm going to play mini P.E.K.K.A. on the opposite lane to apply some pressure. He doesn't have a really good counter to that, and he also has to defend that Musketeer. He Tornadoes. He spent, once again, a lot of Elixir when we only put that mini P.E.K.K.A. on the opposite lane, so still +3, and now we're even, but we do get a Mega Minion, which he also has to counter.
Yeah, and it can't come in with a balloon. You seem to have a really, really good, keen kind of ability to keep track of not only your opponent's cycle, but also their Elixir. Maybe after this match, unless you're comfortable with sharing them now, like, what are some tips that you have for people to get better at that?
Well, I actually... Oh.
Oops.
Okay, well, we gotta get used to that sometimes.
Yeah, right?
It's
Fireball. A new thing, yeah.
But what I usually do is, I don't know usually exactly what their Elixir is, but I'm able to tell if they're kind of high, low, or medium. That's a bad Tornado. We're gonna go opposite lane with the mini P.E.K.K.A. He doesn't kill that. He probably plays Skeletons in the middle. No, he's gonna play Skeletons right there. Mini P.E.K.K.A. is gonna kill the miner. He doesn't have a miner and cycle to hit that tower, so we're gonna go right here and try to block that.
There you go.
And then now we're actually just going to start cycling troops behind our tower to defend this. He's not going to be able to break through because we have an Ice Spirit logging a mini P.E.K.K.A. and he does not have a direct damage spell. He's going to probably play a miner in the back when the Musketeer can't chip away at it. And just wait.
Ooh.
And
okay.
There we go.
There it is. Perfect. Nice job there. Good job, man. Hey, do you back to that question though, like any tips for, you know, counting Elixir and keeping track of their cycle, like beginner tips if we're trying to get into, or if we're trying to become better, trying to get on your level of that?
Well, one, for cycle, I wouldn't keep track of all of their card cycle because that can be confusing and you usually can't concentrate. But the one thing that's most important to them beating you, you can try to count how many cards they've played since that. that should be pretty easy. But if you try to keep track of everything at once, you're gonna lose track of that. You can't focus, and it's just gonna overall overwhelm you. At least for me.
Yeah.
And then for Elixir, you can usually tell when they play their win conditions. They usually won't play right at 5 Elixir, or like for example a giant or a balloon. But I would usually tell like, okay, they're gonna leak and start it in the back. If they usually start in the back, it means they just played it at 10. Yeah. So you can then count from there. Subtract that the cost of that troop from 10 Elixir, and then you can get a general feel of where they are right now.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me. So you're keeping track of their win condition, because usually people drop their win condition most times, unless it's like, a fast cycle deck at 10 Elixir in the back especially. What deck are we playing next here on ladder here?
The giant cannon card E-Wiz Minor Poison Zap Skeletons Mega Minion deck, which is really good in tournaments. It's 3.4 Elixir. It's also really solid on ladder. The cannon card just got buffed, and in my opinion, it is the second best card in the meta. I still think the Royal Hogs are the best. Basically, the Royal Hogs, you can't counter them for a positive Elixir trade and without taking any damage unless you have like
Bomb Tower,
or Log Fire Spirit. So it's only 2 things. So yeah, but can card's still really solid, and in giant decks, I think it fits perfectly, especially in this one. So we're gonna hop into another ladder match.
Yeah, let's do it.
Personally, I think the emotes they've been adding to the game are just amazing. Like I bought that hog emote just for this, and I think you gotta get in their mind. Usually, what I do is I spam this, and at the end of the game, I do this, and then I throw down the hammer. All right, so he's gonna split a Goblin Gang. This deck does not have a log, but we do have an E-Wiz. So he's going to play a mortar actually at the bridge. So we're going to take a mortar hit, but then we can basically poison his troops. He might play a minion horde right here so we can get E-Wiz Zap ready at the bridge.
Okay. I love how you BM pro tips with a bag. I love it.
And now we basically won the game.
Wow. You called it all off of that one thing.
All right, Minor. We don't want to waste our poison yet because he may spam us. Actually, we could have poisoned, but I mean...
Better safe than sorry early on, especially.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. He might play a Minor in the back. And Mega Minion
Nice catch, man. Nice catch.
I'm not going to defend the Minor because early on in the game, it's also level 4, so it does less damage and has less HP. He also has to counter that. We're going to eat the Goblin Gang, and we're going to take some damage, but now we get the Elixir lead by about 4. So we're going to play a Giant in front of the King Tower in case he plays a Mortar, so he can't get a mortar connection on, and he has to play defensive mortar. So I'm going to play cannon card in the back at 8, and then we can catch a poison spell. I might not hit the tower. Okay, I'm going to hit the tower. Because if he played a minion horde, I was going to poison that and then zap it so I could get as much giant and cannon card HP as I can.
Gotcha.
He's going to play a minion horde right there, so we're going to E-Wiz. There we go. Cannon card locks on.
Cannon card's so strong.
It's really good.
Let me ask you this. Like, you started your giant in front of the King Tower against a mortar deck knowing they don't have a big spell too. Why don't you, knowing that they don't have a big spell in this deck, why not start like a support troop in the back? Is it because you just don't really have a good slow-moving support troop? You don't have like a Night Witch or anything?
Well, yeah, if I had a Night Witch, I would play the Night Witch in the back. We're going to eat damage here, but now we get a full like big counter push, and he doesn't have a big spell, as you said. So we're going to do that. We're actually going to Minor his mortar. And then we're going to get a preemptive poison spell right here.
Okay.
It's going to die, but once again, we're getting the lead. The Giant's getting a full connection. He can't play his Goblin Gang in that. Now we're just going to keep applying pressure with the cannon card at the bridge, and then we're going to zap that. He actually... There we go.
Nice. Yeah. I love it. It looked like you took a ton of damage there. I was a little bit worried for a second, but you were able to really capitalize on that push.
Well, sometimes if they don't have a big spell... or really most of the time, we're not going to defend the Minor fully because he doesn't have a big spell, because we need to catch the bats because those are doing most of the damage. But sometimes you got to take some damage to deal some damage by getting a counter push and an Elixir lead, and then you're going to basically be even once you play your...
There it is.
Log wouldn't have killed it. He had a level 4 Minor, and it's lower in trophies, so I wouldn't assume that he would have a max log, which does 122. Let's check if he did. No, he had a level 3 log. So...
Okay.
All right, next deck we are going to be playing is the Wizard Ghost Mega Minion Lumberjack Fireball Log Zap Giant deck, which was played last season by Ali Reza, who is the creator deck, and he finished, I think, 55th with it, which is a really awesome deck that I've seen A lot of people use the top of the ladder on their maxed accounts. But my personal account, I do happen to have that max from Bren Challenges. So we are going to hop right into a match right here with that deck. With this deck, you should usually just like cycle spells in the beginning, not like all of them, like a fireball, but like a log and zap, because you do have a wizard. So that is going to be able. The wizard is going to be able to do that splash damage that the log and zap could do. He has a giant right here.
Do you have giant in hand right now or no?
No, I unfortunately don't.
If you did, would you have mirrored the giant if you did, or would you have placed it in the other lane?
I would have mirrored the giant.
Okay. When would it be appropriate to place the other lane, or was it never?
When it's late in the game, approaching overtime, and they're lowish on Elixir, because then you can take their tower and they can't build up a big push since they have to defend yours, and then you can get a counter push on the same lane they put the giant in the back.
Okay. What about against a golem deck? Do you always go opposite lane giant in single elixir time?
Yeah, if they golem, you can apply pressure with like a giant mega minion or giant lumberjack, because they have to defend that, and if they don't, you're gonna get their tower really low. And if giant lumberjack, you're gonna freaking 3-crown them.
Yeah.
But if they defend it, then they can't build up as big of a golem push. You should be able to defend that still. And then so really, if you go opposite lane and they golem at the starter, unless they have Elixir lead, you're going to win the game basically because they go him in the back. We're going to wizard in the back. He's got a little bit of a strange deck.
Are you worried at this point? It seems like he's in a little bit of a lead maybe. And he has kind of a tricky deck for you.
He's down on Elixir. I'm going to just zap that.
Okay. Nice.
I'm up like 3.
What about against Lava Hound matchups? Are you going to go opposite lane with a giant too when they drop the Lava Hound? Or is that same rule as Golem?
Lava Loon would be much easier if they had guards, but with Valkyrie, it's really good to beat this deck. But what you have to do to win that matchup is go opposite lane. When the giant gets one hit, log the tombstone so the skeletons don't spawn, you still kill it. He goes giant opposite lane, which is a bad move by him. But he's a graveyard. All right, I'm going to take some damage here, but I got a giant mega minion, and then I'm just going to log that, and then I'm going to play another giant on this lane once the giant is there, and then I zap that. And then I'm going to fireball the Executioner to the other lane.
Nice fireball. That's a beautiful fireball.
That was very nice.
Ooh, he comes back. Executioner like, nope, it wasn't that beautiful, Ash. Take that. But Giant does connect for a lot of damage.
He switches lanes. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to play Ghost preemptively. He's probably going to Giant at the bridge. He's going to Graveyard right now. Okay, no. We're going to log that. Hit that skeleton. And then when the giant hits, we're going to do that. All right.
The Executioner will not go down. All right, finally.
Now we're going to go in. He doesn't have the big ground troop. The Executioner there. But we're going to fireball that closer. He plays a giant, but now his giant's going to get destroyed by that Lumberjack. Now we can log zap those archers.
Nice. Ooh. Okay.
Now a fireball log zap kills that.
All right. So now you just have to make sure he doesn't take your tower here with like a crazy aggressive graveyard, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
I can just defend the ghost. All right, there we go.
Yeah, there it is. Man, I liked how you really, in this match, you switched lanes a lot. Why?
Well, I got a counter. He gianted on the other lane, which is a big mistake because he had to defend the giant. And then with the counter push troops I got from defending his, I was able to get down another giant. And then he just had to, if I kept switching, he would have to keep spending, and he couldn't build up a push. And I got him on his tiptoes, and he wouldn't be able to really attack me. And when he did, I just got that lead at the end that got us the W.
Yeah, let's kind of break that down just kind of in between matches here, because the next match is going to be your very favorite deck in the whole game. It's the Three Musketeers Giant Battle Ram deck, which you've pushed incredibly high. Is this the deck that you got to your highest trophy with?
I didn't get to my highest trophies with this deck, but I did get my 2 highest finishes with it, 21st and 37th.
Nice.
And this is just the deck I've been really the most successful with ever. Cool. And I stopped using it last season because I was just trying new decks, and I had the Royal Recruits, and the meta just wasn't great for it. But I think I'm going to use it this meta because why not?
Why not, right?
You love it. Out.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
I think it starts right now with this game, so let's hop right into it.
Yeah, let's hop into it. I do want to ask you, as you're searching, Bag, is that with all of these giant decks, how much damage are you comfortable taking to your towers, like as compared to like when you're playing a golem deck? Because everybody says, oh, use your tower's health as a resource when you're playing Beatdown. But I'm curious if that changes a little bit when you're playing
ladder or tournament standard. If we're gonna scale it for ladder, If you're a level 13 player and you have the deck pretty well upgraded, then you're gonna really, or let's go percentages for ladder. You're just gonna want to take about like 40% damage is okay if you get the lead, because then you're gonna be able to punish them. Except for the giant 3M deck, sometimes you can sack your tower if you're. It's gonna be hard for you to defend, and you're still gonna take damage, but then you'll be even on Elixir. But yeah, the giant 3M deck, if you can get a pump down, you might lose your tower, but you'll ultimately be able to get an Elixir lead, and then you should be able to break through. It looks like this is a mirror match, so I'm just going to 3 Musketeers 1 lane, and
Ooh,
he's probably
okay.
going to play 3 Mus behind that. So our 3 Musketeers are going to kill his giant, and then what we're going to do is get a battle ram in front right now, as he does too.
Yeah, you guys are playing by the same playbook here.
Goblin Gang, and then Zep. And,
Nice. Okay, so it's a wash, kind of. No, you win.
and I get bats. Yep. So
Nice.
now he has to play a Goblin Gang. Yep.
Why did you come out on top in that little matchup, that little skirmish?
Because I used my zap and I chipped away at the 3 Musk and I stunned them, so mine got extra hits in.
Okay. Okay, so what about non-level 13 players? About using your, is it the same kind of principles, like about 40% ish or so, like unless you know you can tower trade?
For Giant 3M, if you're a lower level player, I wouldn't use the Giant 3M deck. If you're above 5k, level 10 3 Musketeers is okay, but if you're 5500 plus, don't run Giant 3M decks unless you have max 3 Musketeers, because their spells are just going to hurt you. And with this deck, it's okay to run it if it's under leveled, but you'd really like your 3 Musketeers to be leveled pretty well. If you're
What is the
trying to
best deck
compete
that you
higher.
shared? What's the best deck that you shared with us for like the, say, I don't know, 3 to 4k range and the 4 to 5k range?
I would definitely say the Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A deck or the Giant 3 Musk deck. I think all of them except for the Cannon Card one, because they're all good at that range.
Yeah.
But I'd say that for like 4K players, and like 4K, 5K players, I'd really suggest that Giant Mini P.E.K.K.A 3.1 deck. And right here, I mean, I think we got him.
Yeah.
We got to get the 3 crown or it doesn't count as a win.
So yeah, the cheap deck is the one that he recommends if you guys missed that. But okay, so let me ask you this about this deck too, as you totally cream him here. Do you think that are you playing this more as a giant deck typically in the first 2 minutes, and then with the 3 Musketeers against most matchups? I mean, this was the aberration, and good job with the 3 crown.
Thank
Do
you.
you mind playing maybe one more with that deck? Because it was a mirror
for
match,
sure.
and it was awesome.
I did see a 5% battery, so I'm just gonna check. Okay. Let me just. All right.
You got this. We only 3 minutes. We got this.
Yeah. We'll get another. We'll get another W.
Cool.
With this deck, you use the giant really to tank for the troops, and you really can split lane them, and then the giant will actually do a lot of damage, and they're gonna be so worried about the swarm troops that your giant's gonna they're not even gonna be worrying about the giant, they're gonna be worrying about the minion horde and stuff, and the giant's really gonna surprise them and do a lot of damage. So you're gonna use the giant to tank for your troops, but that's really for the Musketeers. Besides that, you're gonna use their giant to punish them. He's gonna go in with the giant goblin gang, so I'm gonna wait for his goblins to lock on the tower. Okay, he might zap that, but that's fine, because I'm going to get a minion horde down.
Okay.
And then I'm going to be able to get a battle ram when I hit 4 elixir, because the giant tanks.
Yep. So this is very typical of. I wonder what he's playing. I wonder if he's playing like a Sparky deck.
I think he's playing the same deck.
Oh.
He might 3 Musk. No, he
Lame.
pumped. Okay. All right, we're going to get another. So we get the pump advantage, and we get the tower, and we scare him with the 3 crown. Actually, it's going to do a lot. Yeah.
It's the same deck again. What the heck?
Oh, well, this is how you win a mirror match, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose the tower, but if you get the pump advantage, and you'll be able to counter push. All right, so we're going to go here, here.
One decision that I want to ask you about as you dominate this match too is against a Lava Hound, against any beatdown deck really, or actually any deck, right? Against any deck that has a spell. Let's say you have like a giant coming your way, or you have a golem coming your way, or a lava hound coming your way. Are you going to try to use like minion horde and gang in your
It depends about their things. Like, you have to know what their counters are to your troops. He lost. He's going to get 3 crown right here. He's down giant 3 musketeers and a pump. He does have a pump down, but now we're just going to overwhelm him.
But that's what
I'm
I'm
going
saying
to go
is
battle
like,
ram on his pump.
that's what I'm saying is like, how do you know let's say you know that they have, or you suspect they have Fireball in hand, and it's their very first push. Are you just not going to play 3 Muskies if you think they have Fireball in hand?
Then you can mini horde, and if they fireball that, you can play either a pump or you can just play a battle ram or giant and then play 3 musketeers.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go giant.
Yeah, yeah, you got this. There it is.
He can't. He doesn't have any. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Time is not on his side. Yeah, you win again. You win again, Bag. GG, man. 5-0.
GG's.
It's not bad.
Offensive pump. I didn't get it in time. It's unfortunate. But
well,
yeah,
hey,
GG's.
Don't forget your goblin emote. Don't forget it, man.
Wait. There we go.
Where is
it?
It's not coming up on my end. Oh, I can't see, I guess. But either way, dude. Hey, congrats on sweeping here, and I really love you, man. You're a wealth of knowledge, and I love how I don't think anybody in the game has like such an intimate understanding of who's playing what deck at which time and who's getting where with everything. You seem to be really, really dedicated to the.
We can have a little game right here. Pick someone in the top 20.
Okay.
Last season. I won't look, and then tell me, and then I'll have to guess their number, or tell me the finish, and I can guess their number. You can pick.
Okay, even.
Even finished 8th with Mortar. That's a Russian pusher named Hazard. He also pushes Bogdan. His best finisher is number 1 on Bogdan, number 5 on El Maestro, A99, and number 7 on Bogdan, and this season 8 on Even and 6 on Bogdan.
Yeah. Dude, you're like the Clash Royale encyclopedia. Okay, let me try it again. We're gonna go with a tough one here. Go with Laser.
Laser, that's pushed by Air Surfer, Expo 2.9, finished 14th.
Wow, dude.
I promise you I'm not looking. Viewers, I promise I wouldn't lie about this. Like,
I know.
It's
you
more,
do this on
it's
stream
more like
too.
a sad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can go to your streams and you do this. All right, cool.
Twitch.tv/bagcr_.
How about Happy Noob? Do you know Happy Noob?
Happy Noob, that's a pusher from Star Alliance. I think he finished 24th or 26th last season.
Ooh, 22nd. Right? How dare you?
It's a multiple of 2. It counts. But he used Hog X. He native 3.4 with Rocket. He's a really good player.
There it is, man. Dude, you are amazing. We got to get you back on. I think that my viewers are definitely going to love this interview. So, hey, dude, I'll make sure I link your social media and your Twitch profile in the description below, and your stats and profile for all of you guys on statsroyale.com. Any other shout-outs or anything before we let you go, man?
Shout out to Batman, Liquid Wolf, the FA chat, and the Silent Discord server, and of course my clans, my competitive team, Team Liquid Academy, and Ladder Clan, Nova. Shout out to AY and Octane, great leaders and managers, and thank you guys for watching.
All right, Bat, great having you, man.
Thank you for having me on. That's the most important thing.
No problem, dude. My pleasure,
and your
honestly.
Bounties. Those are amazing.
We'll keep doing the bounty tournaments like 3 or 4 times a week. Join my Discord server if you want more info on those. So thanks again, Bag. I appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure.
Right. Thank you.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed Bag as much as I did, and good luck with these decks. As always, all the deck links will be in the description below. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Guys, thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.